This is metals and their extraction, pages 38 to 46, lesson 7, metal industries in Wales. So the first page we're looking at is this, metal industries in Wales. Your title might be chopped off slightly, so if you can just add it in. And I'm sure you can read through this. Iron and steel have long been associated with South Wales. There are abundant quantities of iron ore, coke and limestone here. The iron and steel industry grew out of these areas, as well as a massive surge in population, and you can see that between 1801 and 1901 there was a huge increase in population. I would like you to write those figures as standard form now, please. More recently, the size of the industry has diminished dramatically, which means it's gone much smaller. The effect on former mining and iron working communities has been devastating. Many thousands of people lost their jobs. So in the 19th century, South Wales was attracting a huge amount of workers because of the huge mining area with the factories, and you can see the influx of people arriving and the huge factories being built. Why? Because in South Wales you've got 3 of the raw materials needed for the blast furnace, and in Talbot here, you can see the map at the top, we've still got blast furnaces making steel. And the reason is we've also, these 3 maps match the top map. Coal is the orange bit, so we've got natural reserves of coal, we've got natural reserves of iron ore, and we've got natural reserves of limestone. Coal mining got cheaper in other countries, and Wales saw a massive decline in coal mines in the mid to late 20th century. Many people moved out of areas like Merthyr for work elsewhere. Unemployment is a problem in these areas still. Only now is there new investment and alternative jobs being produced in some of these areas. The whole landscape has had to be regenerated and landscaped, which is very costly and time consuming. Some areas have significant industrial sites which are yet to be cleared. So if you read through those again and try and answer the questions in your book, this gives you information about steel, why it's such a good metal, the advantages of recycling steel and recycling metal, and this is just showing you when you've cleared the industrial sites, you've cleared the mines away, that you can landscape it into parks where people would want to visit, into skate parks, or it can be used as the new industries arrive, whether it be in storage or transport. But you have to clear out all the mine shafts and the machinery before you can even start that, and if there's any chemicals in the earth as well. Then you've got these questions. I know I've cut it off here on the screen, but in your book they're the full questions. Have a go at those. Read through pages 38 and 39, answer questions on pages 40 and 41, then look at page 43. Now the following slide shows page 43 in colour. The red words are pollution, the green framed passages are the cause, and the orange framed passages are the problem. You've got to match up the cause, problem and pollution. Draw lines or numbers to them. So you've got this, but you've got it in black and white. Here's your pollutions down here. And if we look back, the green framed passages are cause. So that's what causes it. And the orange frame passages are the problems. So you've got pollution, you've got cause, you've got problems. You keep the pollutions in that order, and then what I would do is I would number the pollution, so air pollution 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then order these with the numbers as well, or draw lines to them. Okay, so one of these green boxes will link to a pollution, and one of these orange boxes will link to a pollution as well. Then I want you to look at page 44 and 45 and 46, and again some headings have been cut off, so if you can have a look at those. You've got to decide whether the following statements are advantages or disadvantages. So we're going to start with the extraction of metals from the earth. So you can see that page there. Put them into the table and then decide whether they're advantages, whether they're good things or bad things, disadvantages. So the extracting metals from rocks, all those comments go in this column here, and then you've got to say whether they're advantages or disadvantages. And then you're on to recycling metals. All those comments or passages go into this column here. And again, you've got to decide whether they're advantages or disadvantages.